Hi, welcome back again in our series here on how to help you to be a better presenter. Remember when I started off, I said one of the greatest things you can do for yourself is to build your self-esteem. And when you look at most of the successful people out there, you'll find that they've got great self-esteem. Most importantly, their self-confidence is pretty high. So in the last video, by the way, if you missed it, just go down to the link. You can just go to the link. There's 2 videos there that you can go and look at for your own enrichment. In the last video, I was talking to you on how to come up with a presentation that everybody will understand what you're saying. Most importantly, it helps you to be able to remember a presentation, however long it is. So in today's series, let me ask you a question. Again, how would it feel if at every end of a presentation you see the people standing up to give you a standing ovation? How would it feel? I mean, think about it. How would it feel when you're the person they're taking up? That's right. It would feel awesome. And guess what? I know, because I do it for a living. It's one of those feelings that you cannot, you can't describe it. But it humbles you and gives you so much gratitude. So today, ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, I want to give you another 4 steps. How to avoid fear, most importantly. Most importantly is how to engage an audience and be the kind of speaker that drives a message on stage so that everybody gets it. Are you ready? Just 4 steps. Step number 1. Every time you get on stage, the only time that fear kicks in is when it is about you. When you start thinking, me. Am I smart? Am I looking good? Do I have a good haircut? The moment that starts, inevitable, the moment you go inside, inevitable fear is going to come and kick in. Why? It is about you. Whereas if you put it out there and always say, it's about my audience, it's about service, then you don't have time to worry about fear. You don't have time to get in your head and worry about whether you look good or not. Most important, when you're serving others, there's an energy that comes in that inevitably gives you a confidence to do whatever it takes. So number 1 thing, always focus on the audience. Focus on serving. Focus on doing what you gotta do. So number 1, it's about them. Number 2, your state. You know, I've been known to make a statement that, guess what? Nobody ever sleeps in any of my seminars. It doesn't matter how long they are. Why? Because I understand state. I'm one of those guys where I get on stage, I'm in a peak state. What does that mean? I am breathing pretty well. I feel good about myself. Most importantly, when I get on stage, my energy levels are up there. Why? Because I am looking to serve. To do what? To serve. Most importantly, I know that if I'm in great state, inevitable. You know, I mean, if I come on and I'm laissez-faire and I'm saying, okay, today we're going to talk about this and that, of course people are going to forget. Remember, by the way, all learning is state dependent. People learn better when they're in a better state. So your state is important. And if you're in a great state, fear has no place for you. Fear does not even come anywhere near. Number 3, are you ready? Preparation. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be surprised how many people forget the most important thing. Preparation. Prepare for your seminars. You know, if you have a 2-day, prepare for a 3-day. If you have a 3-day, prepare for a 6-day. Why? When you're well prepared, it doesn't matter what is thrown at you. You're ready, you're good to go. Wherever you go, it is about how much more you have beyond what is asked for, what is asked of you. And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, it's engagement. Say it with me. Engagement. What do I mean? You know, in the new way of training, especially when you're dealing with adults, engagement is so crucial. What we're talking about, if you go and you talk to adults for a whole day and they're just sitting and just taking notes, guess what? You're going to miss half of them. They're going to miss half the message. Why? Because you're boring. It's the old style way. Guess what? The new way is engagement. What do we mean? Get them moving. Get some music. In my seminars, if you're there, we're playing music, we're dancing, we're jumping, we're doing what? Why? Because engagement is where you get people to be totally engaged in your message, but also make it more interesting. How else can you do it? Ask them questions. I mean, you're getting it, aren't you? Because you want to be a great presenter, don't you? Exactly. When I'm teaching anything, I am always asking questions. I'm always saying, come on, give me this. Rather than go and tell them this principle, I say, come on, what do you think it is? We're going to group work. We come back, we ask. So there's so much that we do to make sure that people are totally engaged. The 3rd way, ladies and gentlemen, is tell them stories. Tell them what? Stories. But not just any kind of story. Let them be stories that relate to them. Let them be stories that make sense to them. You know, tell them stories that touch their hearts, that gets them to think different. That way you are engaging. And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, the final way to engage an audience is to be yourself. Be yourself. Do whatever it takes to be yourself, because you know what? It has been said sometimes, you get on stage and if you pretend to be somebody else, you could forget to pretend. Then what happens? But if you yourself, you speak from your heart and you're there to serve, guess what? Inevitable, the audience will buy in and you will get that engagement. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are your 4 things that you got to do to be confident, to be out there and present in a better way. Number 1, it's not about you, it's about them. Number 2, your state. Number 3, prepare. Number 4, engage them. What do we mean? Tell them stories, get them to move, ask them questions, let them come up with them. Most importantly, be yourself. And until next time, whatever you do, live strong, live with